Hello everyone. Now today we are going to see the next assignments from our data structures and library algorithms laboratory. And previously we have completed the group A and group B assignment, which are depends upon the hashing and trees. Now today we will see the group C assignment, that is depend on the unit number 3, hashing. So as per the syllabus given, here is the syllabus of data structures and library, data structures and algorithms library. And as per the group C, we are having the number of assignments mentioned over here from 13 up to the 17. So total 5 assignments are there. From that we are going to cover today this assignment, in which we have to create the adjacency matrix or adjacency list for a graph. So that was the content. So let's see this assignment. So what is the title? There are the flight path between the cities. If there is a flight between city A and B, then there is an age between the cities. So the cost of each can be there in the form of time that flight take to reach city B from A, or the amount of fuel used for that journey. So weight or cost in the form of any one, either it will be in the form of time or amount of fuel. Then we have to represent this as a graph. The node can be represented by airport name or the name of the city, and use the adjacency list representation of a graph, or use adjacency matrix representation of a graph. So from both choices we can use any one. If we are using adjacency matrix, then we have to use 2 by 2 array. If we are using adjacency list, then we have to make a use of array plus linked list. Then we have to check whether the graph is connected or not, justify the storage representation used. So this is what the thing is given. We have to work it on, and let's see what is the assignments are available for this. So here is our assignment for the same problem statement as given. Now for easy understanding purpose, I have mentioned some comments over here. So I will explain through this. Let's see what is the assignment is given. So in this assignment we have to learn we have to see how to generate a adjacency matrix for a graph. Which graph? Whose nodes we are entering, whose edges we are entering with their cost. So here nodes will act as a city, or we can say a airport, that will be a node. And if we are connecting that cities, then we have to represent the cost in the terms of time that will be required to go from A to B, or we can say the amount of fuel that can be used by the flight. So this is what the thing we have to see here in this assignment. Now some header files we have included as per our requirement, and we have generated one class named as a flight. So as this title of this statement is related to the flight graph, so that's why we have created one class of a flight named flight, and here we have declared some functions and some variables over here. So like integer am we can say it is nothing but amount or a cost. So am array, which is of size 10 by 10, with that we have generated one character array city index. Okay, this character array is of 10 by 10, means here whatever the names we are going to give that for city, like Nashik, then Pune, Mumbai. So for that city name we are generating this array. Then we are calling the flight, which is nothing but constructor of the class flight. Then we are calling declaring one function integer create, not calling but declaring the function integer create, which is required to create a graph or adjacency matrix, and after that we are displaying this matrix. So this is what the functions that we have declared in this class flight. Now this functions we are right to define outside of that class, and for that we have to use the scope resolution operator shown here. But before going towards the definition of functions and all these things, let's first see with the main. Before that we can call the constructor at least. Okay, so this constructor flight, it is the constructor that is declared over here. Now we are writing the definition of constructor outside of that class, and that's why we are using the scope resolution operator. So flight is the constructor of the class flight, and we are writing. So we all know that a constructor we are using to just initialize if we want to something, right? So here we are initializing this whole array that we are generating. So one of the array that is required to give the name of city, which is in the form of characters. So we can see that there we are placing xxx by using this for loop. So xx means there is nothing initially. So initially every that city index array will have the xxx value. And the next one is we are having the next array, that is amount array, where we are actually defining the cost. We are placing the cost. So initially all the cost of city, one city from another is 0. So in this way we have make the initialization where I is this and j is this, and I and j is showing 0 0 0. So this is what the initialization we have done through the use of constructor. So all the arrays are initialized here with xxx for the characters, and for a weight or a cost it is 0. Now let's see what is the main function is. So here is our main function. So what is given in the main function? That we have created one object of class flight. Why we have created that? Because to access the member of that class. Then with that we have declared some variable as per our requirement, and then we are displaying the menu for the user. So here the menu is get displayed to the user. So first we will be creating that we have to create the matrix, and then we have to display that matrix. We have to create the graph, and we have to display that graph in the form of adjacency matrix. So these are the two choices are given, and with that the third is to exit this menu. Then that choice will be taken in the variable n from the user, which is in the form of 1 2 3. So n will be a type of integer. Now we have defined the cases 1 2 3 according to the choice, and after that we are just calling the functions as per the choices given. So if choice is given as a 1, then we have to call create function over there, and the calling to that create function, it will give or it will return the count. So we are whatever the output is written by that create function, that is taken in the city count variable. So it will give you a total number of nodes over there. How we are calling the create? By using the object of the class f. So f is object of class flight, which we are using to access the function of that class. Now next, if a choice is case number 2, that is adjacency matrix, means what? We have to display that graph in terms of matrix. Two choices are given in title, either we can use adjacency list or adjacency matrix. So I have choose here the adjacency matrix that we have to show. Now with that what is the next thing we have to do is, if a choice is case number 3, then we have to just break that main menu, and if you want to again continue with the different choices, then take from the user whether they want to continue or not, and as per that choice we have to execute this do while loop. And as main is an integer, then we have to return 0 over here, and with this the main function is finished. Now we have to see two functions that we have declared. One is the create and another is display. So we have to see the working of these two functions. So what is the given here? So what is the things are given here? In the create function, we have to create a graph for the given nodes. So we are as we are declared that function in the class flight. So if you are writing the definition of that function outside of the class, then definitely we have to use the scope resolution operator, and this create function is going to return something. It is returning a count, city count, that we have seen here in the main function, that it is returning the city count, right? So this create function is returning the city count, which is of the type of integers, and that's why the return type of this create function is integer over here. So this is going to create a graph in the matrix. So initially we have declared some variable, with that we have also initialized some variable, like city count is initially 0. Then we have to make a use of do loop, and in that do loop what we are doing is, we are expecting some source and the destination cities with their cost from the user. So we'll ask to the user that they should enter the source and destination city from where we have to build the edges, like from Pune to Nasik or Mumbai to Nagpur likewise. So for that we'll ask user for the source city. With that we are also asking for the destination city. So S will represent the source city, D will represent the destination city. And once we have taken the names of city, then we have to form link in between them. But before that we have to check whatever the cities are entered already, that they are available over there. Before storing that name of city we have to check first. So what we are going to do here, whatever the things are available in city index, so this array is showing a city index, this vertical and horizontal. So here we are going to compare with that name of source cities already available in that city index. So for that we are going to use the string compare, and to execute this string compare function it will check whether a string.h is available as a header file. So we have already included that. Now here if we are going to apply the string comparison in between whatever the cities are available in city index with a new source city that we want to add, and if match is found, so no need to insert that city over here because that is already available. And why we are checking, like if we are finding the distance from like Pune to Mumbai, then Pune and Mumbai are inserted in the city index. Again we want to find out distance from Pune to Nagpur. So Pune is already available in city index. So we have to compare whether that city is already available before inserting that, right? So if it is available from all the 10 fields, because why j is equal to 10, because we have declared here the size, max size as a 10. So up to the location 10 we are going to check whether it is included. If it is not, means if your j is equal to 10 and at that time no such a city is available in your city index, then you have to copy that city index with current location. So what is the current location? Initially the city count is 0, but as you are appending the cities over and over, then it is going to be changed, because every time we are incrementing the city count after copying. So initial, if there will be the first city like Nashik, if we are including, then the city count is 0, and at the 0th location the Nashik string will get copied over here, and with that we have to increment the count, city count. So now city count will be 1. Again we have to check for the same like source, and as well as we have to check same for the destination city also. So it may happen one of the destination city for any particular age can be a source city for another age. So like Nagpur, we are checking for Mumbai to Nagpur. So Nagpur is destination city, but when we are checking for Nagpur to Pune, so Nagpur is what, your source city. So same checking we have to do for the destination city, and that same thing we are doing here. If that destination is already available over there, then we should not include that, but if it is not available, then we have to include at the current count, current indexing, which is given by the city count. So in this way we have included all the cities you can see here as shown. Now we have to fill these things. These things will be get filled by using the weight, and we are calling this as a array amount, AM. AM is the array. So let's check. Now after taking this nodes from the user, like whatever the city's source and the destination we have taken, that they will act as a source, they will act as a nodes, whatever it may be, whether it will be the airport name or whether it will be the city name. After that we have to enter the distance from that one city to another city, right? So from source to destination we have to take the distance, and that distance we are taking in the variable wt, that is nothing but weight. So we are asking for the distance or weight in between that edges, source to destination, and whatever the number of source and the destination we have included, will first whatever the s and d is given over here, because now initially if we have entered the for example 5 cities, so we'll check from that different 5 pairs which is that pair is exactly. So according to that we are going to set the weight. So what we are doing here, whenever we are setting the weight, first suppose we want to give the distance from 1 to 2, or for Nashik to Pune. So in that case again we are going to compare that string, whether that string is available in that city index array. So we'll compare that with the source city. So city index array, first we'll compare with the source city. If matching is found, then copy their indexing in SI variable. Why we are copying, I will let you know. but before that we have to copy. So suppose this is what, at the location B I want to store the value. So what is the indexing of B? 1. So I will copy that 1 in the variable SI. Same way we are checking the destination. So if we are checking the destination is already available or not. So if we have found that destination, then copy the indexing of that destination. Now suppose the destination is C, so we should copy its indexing 2, and we have to copy that in the DI. So in this way J is assigned to SI, means that indexing is copied in the SI. With that the destination indexing is assigned into the variable DI. Now with that 2 indexing we are going to make this assignment of weight. So whatever the indexing we have counted, at that indexing we need to store that SI and DI. So this is what this is what the separate array, these are the separate array, and this one is the separate array. So how will be the indexing of this array? As per this array, but this array is going to be accessed by using another way, and this is nothing but SI and DI. So whatever the matching of source and destination we have found it out, and their indexing we have taken in SI and DI, at that particular indexing we want to insert the weight of that city which is given by the user. Now if you want to add more cities, again this count is going to be work same way, and in this way we are going to insert the weight as per the requirement. And until the choice is yes, up to that we are going to work. Once your choice is no, then it will exit the loop, and at the end it is going to return the city count. Why it is returning city count? Because we have already mentioned this function as an integer, so it is returning something. So what is that something? Is city count. So how many number of cities we have entered, that city count is given by this function. Now what is the next thing is, we have to see the next as a next function to display that graph in the form of adjacency matrix. So we are calling that display function, where we are passing the integer city count, because how many size of array we have to display, that is totally depend upon the number of nodes. Suppose number of cities are 5, so it is going to be create the 5 by 5 matrix, and that's why we have to give the input as a city count, which is written by the create function. So that will pass as a argument or parameter to this display function, and which we are defining by using the scope resolution operator, because we are writing the definition of the function outside the class. Now here we have declared some variable as per the requirement, and we are displaying the adjacency matrix. So initially we have to display the name of cities, right? So this horizontal and one vertical. So initially we are going to display this A, B, C, D. So horizontal matrix we are going to display. So how we are displaying? Just by putting the using the for loop from I is equal to 0 up to the city count. City count is giving you number of cities, only that matrix will be created. If it is 5, then 5 by 5 matrix we have to create, right? So according to that, whatever the last city count index, up to that 0 will move, and every time we have to print the city index with /t. /t is generating a tab, means as here I have shown the horizontal and vertical lines, but while we are running this program, they will show only the spaces between the weights or whatever the cities. So space gets generated in between A and B, so it will be shown by the spaces. So /t will create the space, and at that time we have to print whatever the value is there at the city index array I, that value. So suppose it is Nashik, then it will print Nashik. If it is Nagpur, then it will print Nagpur, likewise. So here we have written for a sake A, B, C, D. Now then we have to do the /n, means now you are coming down here. So this is finished. Now we are doing the /n. So our next printing will be on the next line. So what we are doing in the next line? Now this horizontal J array we have done with the printing of this. Now our next line is started. Now in the next line again we have to print the city count. We have taken the for loop for I is equal to 0 to city count, means this loop is going to be work here. So this I is 0, then 1, then 2, like this. And again we have taken now for j is equal to 0 to j is equal to city count. Now j indexing will be horizontal indexing, I indexing will be the vertical indexing. So initially I is 0, so here we are. we have to print the city index at I. So here city index of 0 is what? City index of 0 is A. So again here we have to print as a A. Now the next we have to print the amount of that distance. So here we have to print the amount. Which amount? In between A and B, right? So for j is equal to 0 up to the city index count, means we are going to add that weight. How? It's get added horizontally. Okay, line row by row we are adding that. So same way, by making the slash t, the weight is written over here. So this weight is not given by user, but as we have initialized our array with 0 0 0, right? So as we are not adding the distance from A to A, so by default it is 0. Then suppose if we have included the age between A to B and its weight is 10, then it is included. Then in between I is 0, j is 2. So here we have to include the weight. I is 0, j is 3. We have to include the weight. So in this way the row is filled. Now I get incremented. So we'll come here. Again the row is get filled. Again I will incremented. Then row is get filled. I is incremented. Row is get filled. So in this way we have to work here. So every time after the completion of that row, you can see that j is showing the row, right? So in this way we are filling every value in the row, and after that we have to come toward the next row. So that's why we are using the slash n, and the printing will start from here again. So again we have to print the next city as a B, then again we have to put its weight likewise. So in this way we are going to display this matrix. So now with this the explanation is get finished. Now we'll see how it's working exactly. So the working model we are going to see. So here we are having the code. I will copy the code and we are going to execute it on online compiler. So here is the online compiler. I just copy paste. I have just copy paste that and I am running now. So here program is get compiled, and here we are having our menu for the flight. So directly we are going to enter. Now suppose enter our choice is 1. We have to create, okay? Now enter the source city. So if I am writing that the source city is Pune and we have to find the destination city is Nagpur. Nagpur is shown as a NG, for example, okay? It is for Nagpur. Then what is the distance from this? So if I mention it as a 400. We don't know exactly, but this is what the distance. So do you want to add some more cities? So I will say yes, I want to add. So enter Y. Again we have to place the next city. So suppose now I want to say Mumbai, source city, and then I want to say the Nagpur. Then what will be the distance is? Let's suppose 500. Now do you want to enter more cities? Yes. Then we'll say enter the city, suppose Nashik. So only N I am writing for the Nashik, or say NA for Nashik, or NS we can say for the Nashik. Then after that the next city is Pune. So I will say P. Then we have to enter the distance from this. So Nashik to Pune, for example, it is 210. Then what is the next? Do you want to add some more cities? Suppose yes, I want to add some more. Then I will write down the next connection is in between Mumbai and Nashik. So Nashik is the next city that I want to write it down. Nashik, and then the next city is Mumbai, and the distance is, for example, 150. So yes. And now I want to say no, I don't want to add more. Do you want to continue with main menu? Yes, I want to continue with the main menu because I want to just display the adjacency matrix. So here I am giving a choice to show the adjacency matrix. Now you can see here what are choices is given. So we have included the distance from like a Nashik to Mumbai as a 150. So let's check for the Nashik to Mumbai, Nashik to Mumbai. So here is Mumbai, here is Nashik, it is 150, right? So it's placed in the correct position. With that we have also given from Nashik to Pune as a 210. So Nashik to Pune it's 210. Then for Pune to Nagpur it's 400. From Pune to Nagpur it's 400, and from Mumbai to Nagpur it's 500. So in this way we have generated, we have written this, and the rest of the edges is not created by us. If we have created the edges like from Pune to Mumbai, then from Nagpur to Nashik, if we have created that, then we can fill that. Now suppose again if you want to continue with main menu, so I will say yes. Again I want to add something. So here I want to add the distance from Nagpur to Mumbai. Okay, so from Nagpur, source city is Nagpur, the next city is Mumbai, and if I want to add the distance from Nagpur to Mumbai as a 500, because it should be same. So here we have added that, and now do you want to add some more cities? No, but yes, we want to continue with main menu, and now I want to display that matrix. The matrix should be displayed over here. So we have to create one more cities, and then the matrix will get displayed, because it is taking the single node. So in this way this working of this is going well here for this representation of your flight and their nodes and their destinations, and according to that it's working fine. So with this we have covered this assignment from the group C, and we have completed the one assignment from group C. We'll meet with the next assignment very soon, same from the group C. Up to that, thank you very much. Thank you all of you.